Hey everyone, making a quick sale video for my chopper. I finished this bike last year. It's got a 5-inch Robson wheel, and it's got a really unique jack shaft setup. So it's basically a mountain bike 18-speed drivetrain, meaning you've got 3 in the front and you've got 6 in the back. And this freewheels, and it basically turns the chain on the other side. There's 2 drive chains, and then this disc brake, there's only 1 sprocket back here on the wheel, which keeps that big huge wheel naked and open. So the drive and the braking is through the chain. And also this has rear suspension. This is a full suspension custom chopper. Which brings me to the fork. It took me a long time to make this, but it's basically a replica copy of a Sugar Bear front end Springer fork. It's got a monoshock and these crazy rockers, and it basically gives this huge front end 0 trail. And for you, those of you that aren't into bike geometry, 0 trail means there's hardly no weight on this front end. In fact, anywhere you put it, it just stays. It doesn't flop like a typical chopper. And that means the steering is super light. I can just, I can move it with a finger. And whenever you let go of the bars, it just stays. A typical chopper, this would just flop one way or the other. This just stays. Leather seat, all hand tooled, which there's a kind of a long story behind that I won't get into. This is for your rear gears and rear brake, and obviously no front brake. This scroll work is all actual. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but it's actually paint with copper in it. So it's real green patina from copper. It's not a trick or a special effect. It's actual patinaed copper. Big old 1-inch grips, custom everything, custom. I mean, there's nothing on this that's not custom. V Tire Company tire. I believe this is 3.5. It's stretched on a 5-inch wheel. And just a crazy amount, I mean, me being a fabricator, a crazy amount of fabrication. And I'll go ahead and hand this camera off so I can show you how the suspension articulates. I'll go ahead and take it for a short spin so you can see how the rider position is. And the last thing I am going to say about this is not a beginner's bike. I mean, obviously, if you're into radical choppers, you pretty much aren't going to get more crazy than this. But the drivetrain being what it is, the steering, the length of the bike, I mean, you have to be a pro active rider riding this. I'm talking about changing gears, braking, all of that. In other words, you can't just sit on it and go for a ride and not even pay attention to what you're doing. And mechanically, you definitely should know something about bikes and bike drivetrains, blah, 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 because nothing on this is typical. Even for a custom, it's getting kind of non-typical. All right, guys, thanks. Any questions, just shoot me a message.